Let's talk about Lune Feline Atelier des Arts versus Alexandria Fragrance's Moonstruck. So, Atelier des Arts Lune Feline has gotten a lot of hype, and rightfully so, because it's just a very different vanilla. It is out there, it really is an embodiment of spices, vanilla nuances, balsam fir, a bunch of things together. So this is much more a versus video than it is a more than a actual review, but you'll get an idea of which one I think you should get at the end of this video. So if you've been thinking about, hey, whether or not there is a clone of Atelier des Arts Lune Feline, then I'll have you know that Alexandria Fragrances has done Moonstruck. Now, let's get into a couple of things first. Let's talk about the presentation on Atelier des Arts. The first thing that catches everyone's eye when you are looking at Lune Feline are the gold flakes inside this very splendid bottle. It's just really easy to hold. It has a sunburst at the back, a little bit of detail in the front, and overall it's just, it has obviously its main selling point are the gold flakes inside. And if you have a bottle of this, you would know that you should always shake it before you spray, because because it really, if you just let the sediment of the gold flakes go to the bottom, then what happens is that every time you spray, you're spraying just the gold flakes. So when you're spraying this, if you have this bottle, always shake it first, and then that's my pro tip, and that is Lune Feline. So this very exquisite bottle, very simple in some ways. This is indented here, so the sticker is not just everywhere else is the same, but it's indented here. And just the bottle, I'm not going to waste the spray, and that's it. And then for Alexandria Fragrances, it is still a very nice bottle, square. This is a 30 ml gold atomizer, and it has the label on it. It says Alexandria Fragrances, and it says Moonstruck, and that's what it says on it. Excellent sprayer. And that's the presentation for these two fragrances. So let's talk about pricing for these two fragrances for a second. When you're looking at Atelier des Arts Lune Feline, this fragrance will run you about $275 retail, and you can pick up like testers around the $180 mark, give or take, right, depending where you get it from. So $275 for a 100 ml bottle. And for Alexandria Fragrances, you can get a 30 ml for $43, and a 60 ml for about $68 of Moonstruck. Get into what we're really here for, what's in the bottle. So when you're looking at a Lune Feline, you're looking at a fragrance that has vanilla, Peru balsam, cardamom, and cinnamon, amongst many notes. But the opening of this fragrance opens up with a cardamom, and it lasts for quite a bit of time. And this is what's quite intriguing about Lune Feline, because it's not your confectionery cupcake gourmand vanilla. This is a vanilla which touches upon other nuances of woods and spices. And this is what I think really garnered a very a huge fan following, because it really has a vanilla which is different. It's not a regular vanilla. You're not going to find this everywhere. It's not something that you would have smelt everywhere. And that's basically the main notes that I get from this fragrance. Obviously the vanilla is throughout the life of this fragrance, but it opens up with that cardamom, and throughout the fragrance it mixes with the cinnamon and the balsam fir, so it gives it that woody, spicy aspect mixed with the vanilla, so it makes it extremely alluring, extremely sexy. When you're comparing it to Moonstruck, what you get is you get the vanilla, you get the balsam fir, and you get the cinnamon. The thing is that it does not have that cardamom opening. So this is in and of itself a great fragrance. If you like the longevity, if you like the life of Lune Feline after the second or third hour. Now, in terms of projection and longevity, I've tested these back to back to back to back, and I can tell you that it's excellent longevity on both. So you're looking at 8, 9, 10 hours depending on your skin for Lune Feline, and pretty much the same thing for Moonstruck. It's not really that big of a difference between the two fragrances. These are great fragrances overall. I think if you're looking for a fragrance in terms of what you're looking for is really the question. So at the end of the day, what is it that you're looking for? What is the attraction to this fragrance? So that's really the question, is which one should you get from these two fragrances? Let's talk about this for a second in terms of the scent, and then we'll get into everything else. In terms of the scent, if you have never experienced Lune Feline, and you just want a spicy woody vanilla, I would say you can go with Moonstruck. Because when you're trying Moonstruck, you don't know what's at the beginning, initial phases of Lune Feline. So you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. However, if you have tried Lune Feline, and you enjoy that cardamom opening that lasts for a good like hour, an hour and a half on my skin, then when you try Moonstruck, it will be missing that cardamom opening. Not that big of a con if you get Moonstruck. In terms of the scent, in terms of the longevity, it's definitely the embodiment of Lune Feline throughout the life of Lune Feline after the first hour, but it's still missing that first hour. Now, if you have other concerns, like for example, if aesthetics is what you're really after, like, to be honest with you, it's just such a beautiful fragrance, right? It's such a beautiful fragrance with very like exquisite, very luxury. This is definitely something that I love to have in my collection simply because of the bottle. And they're few and far between, but I really enjoy the look of this fragrance. So if you're looking for the look of a fragrance, go with this, right? Go with Lune Feline. If your main concern is the budget, then obviously this is a no-brainer. You should go with Moonstruck. It is significantly inexpensive compared to the original, compared to Lune Feline, and you're really not missing out on anything. And in terms of scent, that's what it really boils down to. The scent, if you want the cardamom opening, go for this. And if you just want the life of that vanilla, spice, cinnamon, balsam fir with vanilla, then go with Moonstruck. And I hope this helps. If you have not subscribed to this channel, a sub to this channel would be amazing. I would really appreciate it. A sub to this channel would be golden. And I will catch you on the next one.